Before I get into this really quick, I just want to say I had a surgery yesterday. I'm having another one on the 28th. So I have 2 incisions on my spine right now. And that is why I am not wearing makeup. I have no lotion, nothing on me, and why I'm extremely pale. And because they had to flip me over, I apparently got a bruise on my eye. So ignore all that. We're going to talk about the Eugenia Cooney thing because she hasn't been active since her pug passed away. And I completely understand and sympathize with that. However, she had posted this multiple times in a story, both on Instagram and on her TikTok page, around the same exact time that Jeffree Star posted that one of his dogs passed away. And she very much was copying the exact type of video that he was doing for his Pomeranian. She did for her mother's dog, because Buzz spent 99.9% of his life with Deborah. How do I know? Because I have a purebred AKC registered 5-year-old pug named Bosco. They are bed warmers. They are lap babies. They are pocket puppies. That's what they are. They tend to stick to one person. And as you can see, Buzz was a family dog. Bosco's a family dog. But he's up my butt 99.9% of the time because he's my baby. And of course, it's always sad when somebody loses a pet. But at the same time that this was being posted over and over and over again, not just in a video, she was posting this to her stories continuously for days, as well as over here on her Instagram page. She had posted it to her stories numerous times, back to back to back. So it was really weird that she had the same exact post over and over and over on her stories. Then she posts this video on TikTok and Instagram where she's the most active. But yes, the entire hoax with her having passed away comes from this, Facebook. This woman named Trixie claims to live around the corner from Eugenia Cooney, where her father, Kevin Cooney, and her mother, Deborah Cooney, also her brother, and her live at her dad's house. It's a very affluent place. Kevin Cooney is a very wealthy stockbroker and financial analyst in Manhattan, New York City. They live in a $2.8 million house. So you wonder why a 32-year-old woman plus a 26, 27, however old Chip is, her brother, why they would still live at home. That's because they're so used to being spoiled and having their way. And there's also other issues like alleged autism in her brother. All of that doesn't matter. Eugenia Cooney has been struggling with what she struggles with for the last 14 years. She did a documentary with Shane about it over 5.5 years ago. Now, her mother Deborah and father Kevin have allegedly, since then, got her under the care of a private doctor. But that private doctor is not a specialist and has never done anything in the last 5 years except for let her decline and refuse to 5150 her, even though in Connecticut there is a law. So she would say things very vaguely about her health. She's doing so well and she's just doing the best she can every day. If the best that you can do every single day is your health, physical, mental, emotional decline, then you're not doing your best. You can sit here and try to convince everybody that your best is positive, but your best is very, very negative, and it's not good enough. And that doctor that has been taking care of her privately for the last 5+ years, well, he has a liability on his hands. But this woman, Trixie, says that she lives around the corner. Now, I could not verify or corroborate that this person actually lives anywhere in the vicinity of Eugenia's house. I don't know who this person is. I've never heard of this person. This person has never come forward, has never been in any of Eugenia's content. Eugenia has walked down her street and down the subsequent street many times. That's what she used to do when she first started on YouNow and other platforms before coming to YouTube and then coming to TikTok, which she very much favors today. But this person is claiming I live around the block from her. Last Saturday at around 11 p.m., an ambulance was outside. I was walking my dog and saw an ambulance bringing a body out in a body bag. Then why didn't she take a picture of it? I am very suspicious, because if this person knows who Eugenia is and she knows that this supposedly happened, why didn't she take a picture of it? The first thing she would have done was update Eugenia's 2.8 million followers on TikTok alone and said, look, here is concrete proof that she passed away. Until I see that, I don't believe it. There is nothing with the medical examiner. I checked. Nothing with the medical examiner that Eugenia Cooney passed away. There is nothing with any hospital. There is nothing with any news agency. There's nothing with law enforcement that anybody has been able to find. There certainly, with all the funeral homes, is no obituary or confirmation. And when somebody is deceased, they're no longer entitled to any kind of privacy. So if somebody passes away and there's not an obituary, you can call local funeral homes, and typically they will let you know if your loved one, because there's not that privilege anymore. That person is deceased. So there's always extended family and friends from out of state that call and say, I'm just looking to confirm this, looking to send flowers, I'm looking to see if there's arrangements, and they usually will tell you. The reason why Eugenia Cooney hasn't come back on live is because now TikTok is investigating her. And I know that they're investigating her because I myself have reported it directly to TikTok. If you didn't know and you didn't see all the other videos, Eugenia Cooney almost passed away on a live stream. She is down to not eating but maybe a bite of a cracker or a piece of bread every 2 weeks. And she's barely sipping water. And as you saw on the live stream, she started having organ failure on a live stream from taking a very minute little sip of water that she couldn't even tolerate. She started to dry heave. She started to get dizzy. She started to get a headache. And as she was live, she was trying to pretend like she was okay. But she had to quickly and abruptly leave the live. Now, we all know with Jeffree Star, what he said, lying about how, oh no, she's perfect, she's fine, she's okay. Anybody with eyes can clearly see that she's not okay. She's not fine. But this is where I talk about in my videos covering her, is that the people that have been with her for 14 years and have followed her all this time genuinely do love her. And then 5 years ago when she did the documentary with Shane, it was very open. She was being open, but she still wasn't at the place where she was completely honest and transparent with herself about what she was struggling with. She couldn't even say the words that, yes, I have this. Yes, I'm struggling with this. She tried to do it off, play it off by a third party type. Well, yeah, I can see how other people kind of thought that I wasn't really eating enough. They kind of thought I wasn't really, and yeah, maybe they were right a little bit. The one time Eugenia tried to not live at home, when she lived in LA, a group of friends, because California has 5150, and they will 5150 you if you look that bad physically. A group of her friends called to get her help. Now, there was issues with Deborah. Deborah wanted her to come back home to Connecticut, wanted her under the supervision of a private doctor who has not done anything for her in the last 5 years to actually get her real help. And as many times as actual doctors and real registered nurses from other states have called Connecticut, called law enforcement, and their refusal to 5150 her. I don't care what her dad or her mom is pulling with anybody. That's going to come back as a legal liability if and when she does pass. But the perpetual cycle is this. She actually almost passed away on a live stream. She went from 2.6 million to over 2.8 million. She gained almost 300,000 new subscribers just from that one incident. And yes, I did a whole deep dive over on my YouTube. It's got thousands. I think one of them has 18,000 views. Another one had 10,000. Another deep dive I did had close to 11,000 as well. Sorry, my throat is really starting to hurt from where I had the tube down my throat during my spinal surgery. The thing that Eugenia really suffers with is fed off of positive and negative attention. And 99.9% of what she gets is negative attention. For every one kind kiss-ass comment that she gets thousands of genuine love, care, and concern type of comments from people that have been with her for 14 years and want to see her better and thriving. They love her. They want her to continue to be able to do content, but in a healthy way for herself and for others. She certainly is promoting an unhealthy body image. I went directly to a human at TikTok. She is investigated. Her live and her shop are suspended.